Good morning. I had already made a video, but when I only had 27 minutes left to upload, it stopped uploading. So I'm going to just do this video and put it up straight away. Please stop with the back and forward comments on the interview with Richie Vallance now. And I'm not just referring that to Stuart, I'm referring that to Richie as well. Stuart may not be aware of this, but I have just informed Richie of this. Today marks 12 years since I have been able to celebrate my youngest son's birthday with him. I only ever got to celebrate his first birthday with him. The following 12 years worth of birthdays he celebrated with someone else. Please stop on my son's 13th birthday from having the back and forward conversation in regards to the interview. I really do not need all this back and forward today on all days, right, between you. Stuart, I appreciate that you have accusations that you need to discuss about Richie. Richie had a right to have a platform on my new YouTube channel to discuss the accusations that have been made about him. I do not think that what he did with the Doncaster clown was a good thing. Unfortunately, due to technical difficulties with his laptop, which looked like it's seen better days anyway, on the live stream, I wasn't able to ask him as many questions as I was going to ask him because the connection kept dropping out and I wasn't able to continue doing the interview properly, as you can probably tell from the beginning of the following clips after the first one. It kept dropping out and there's nothing I can do about that. Unfortunately, my Nikon Coolpix camera, which is this, right, only filmed in about 18 to 19 minute increments. So unfortunately, a lot of what I actually said wasn't actually filmed. It wasn't planned, which is why Richie asked for it to be done live. I'm not somebody who's as easily manipulated as people think. As it was my very first interview, out of all the interviews that I'm intending to do, I didn't get a chance to actually get into the flow of things because of the live stream keeping going off, right? You have a right, just like Richie will have a right to respond to anything you say, to come on and say something. This is my new channel that I've set up after having run my original channel since 2016, which I originally set up back in 2009 when I lived in my old flat. I fully expect that there's a possibility that you'll start digging into my history and stuff now that I've mentioned that I haven't been able to celebrate my son's birthday for 12 years. I have nothing to hide. I made that very clear on my interview with Richie and when Richie was interviewing me, right? We don't hide anything. The things that Richie said may or may not have been lies. I cannot sit here and say that I think that Richie did do the things that you said he did, because it wouldn't be legally right for me to turn around and be able to accuse him of actually having done all these things. Other than the Doncaster clown, none of the other accusations that have been made towards him have I seen any evidence of. I know firsthand from videos and stuff that he was putting up that he did the Doncaster clown thing. I saw the newspaper reports about him having scared those nurses or student nurses, whatever they were. I think it was 2 women. I seen the things that were said about him having been outside the school and that. Anything else that he's been accused of outside the Doncaster clown, I can't sit here and say, yeah, that I know for a fact he did those things. I don't know who that woman was that you mentioned, but if my new channel ends up being taken down over this one video from all the comments, when I've only just started uploading to it and I have so much more to do. That's hardly going to be fair on me, because that's going to have made me a victim of all these comments. This is my channel, not Richie's. Richie interviewed me. I also have another interview that I've done with a friend of mine who goes to a disability night and is a volunteer there. I'm going to have other interviews, including when I've been to London, and I'll say this now on camera. Richie's daughter was not meant to be in shots on those videos. I've said it in the comments on that video, and I'll say it here for the record. Richie's daughter lives in that house. Yes, she was running around in a nappy, and she was seen in shots in a nappy, right? No harm came to her while she was there, but that is her home, that is the living room that she is used to being in, and I found that it would be unfair for me to ask Richie's girlfriend to take her back out of the room that is basically the room in her house, just because I was interviewing Richie and Richie was interviewing me. She'd already taken them out of the room when I was interviewing Richie, and we avoided her being seen naked on camera or anything like that. But she does have a right to be in her own living room, as does Richie's girlfriend. I went there because my home wasn't a suitable location to do the interview. The interview originally was going to happen outside using my Nikon Coolpix camera, but unfortunately that day it rained heavily, so we weren't able to go and do it outdoors where I intended to, and I wasn't able to get everything said that I wanted to get said. So we can address all of the things that you've said, because you have a right to respond to everything that he said. However, I will not have the girls on the channel themselves. I'm perfectly willing for you to represent the girls and what the girls said, but I cannot have them on my channel. There are strict policy rules with YouTube, and I don't have to be wanting to write capital letter disclaimers in all my videos about underage children being in the videos. Unfortunately, anybody under the age of 18 I will not allow onto my channel. It is not necessary for the police officer that was involved in the investigation to be on camera. The only person that needs to be there is you. We don't need to meet at a like social services or the police station or anything like that. I'm not going to say that I believe or disbelieve what you say. I'm going to give you the same opportunity that I gave Richie, which is to voice your side of things in regards to what happened, and to be what you say had happened, and to have the same right to a platform as Richie did. But please stop, when it is my son's 13th birthday, from commenting any further about what you say you have alleged that Richie did in regards to this woman who was murdered, in regards to any abuse allegations and things like that. I have personal things going on in my life that I really do not need to be sitting on my son's 13th birthday replying to comments about. So please just stop it now. We will meet up, because you do have a right to put your side of the story across, just like Richie will have a right to respond to what you say. Unfortunately, Richie, I'm afraid you don't have the right to tell me that I cannot have this man on my channel and give his side of things and show any evidence that he has. And he doesn't have the right to say that, Tim, you cannot come back on and respond to what he said. This is in the spirit of being impartial and fair to both parties. I'm not trying to drag up all the history, because personally, it had nothing to do with me, but this man wants to give his side and the side of the girls and other people that were involved, and he has a right to do that. And as it's my channel, not your channel, I have the right to agree to him to do that. Because like you got to say your side of things from me interviewing you, so he has a right to say his what he believes happened in regards to these girls and everything. But I will not be having the girls themselves on the channel because I believe that they are still under 18 years of age, and I won't have that. The interview has to be fair. You're not allowed to sit and level accusations at him directly. You just have to sit and talk to me about what evidence and that you have and near everything. But I'm going to go now because it is 4:42 AM on my son's birthday, and this is the last thing that I want to be dealing with, so please just leave it now until we get to talk. I sent you a message on Messenger, as I've told you repeatedly in the comments on that video, so please get in contact with me. No, I'm not a spy for Richie. No, I don't agree with everything that he's done and said. I think the clown thing was a very stupid thing to do because of how much trouble it caused for his family, his girlfriend, other people by doing it, regardless of the reasons why he did it. And he knows full well that's what I think, don't you, Richie? You know that I think it was stupid and it got you into a lot of trouble when you're supposed to be taking care of your family. So that's all I've got to say on it. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to upload the video I wanted to upload, but I'm just going to put this straight up now. So, bye.